Well, hello there. All right, let me see if I can clip this thing.
All right, let's go. So today I wanted to share with you, what is it like to say I do after 5 years of being widowed? Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alexis Marie. I'm a transformation coach, mom, speaker, Christian, crafter, all of these things, and I just want to welcome you to the channel. So before we get into the story, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I post. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I know this is a totally different vibe, experience than you've had in other content, but I'm determined to create a space where we can really tap into healing and finding joy again. And so if you've been here before, welcome back. So with that, I want to just hop into today's topic. What is it like to say I do after 5 years of being widowed? So like I said before, or maybe I didn't, I don't know. This video is taking a couple takes. Making the decision to marry my husband was easy, but making the decision to remarry was not. There were some things that I needed to work through way before I even met my current husband. And so I wanted to touch on these things because I think that within the widowhood space, it's something to consider, and it may not be something that's at the forefront of your mind. So number one, the very first thing that was coming up as I was thinking about dating and considering the idea of getting remarried was, does this mean that I'm erasing the memory of my late husband? There was this fear of moving on. Does getting remarried mean that I forget about him? Do I drop his last name? Do I put pictures up in my house with my new husband? Like, how is that going to work? There were so many thoughts that were coming up that would trigger anxiety and trigger fear. And I didn't know how to process it. And what was happening was when I actually started dating about 3 years after my late husband passed, I was very quickly turned off, very quickly like, just, nah, bruh, this ain't it. And what I realized was I was really looking for Sterling in these guys that I was dating. I was literally looking for his stand-in. And it wasn't until I came to that realization that I was able to open myself up to someone that could actually complement me versus being the replacement, that I truly began to recognize or be open to the possibility of finding love again. The second thing that was coming up a lot was, what would people think? There was this idea of, what would people think if they knew that I was dating again? Would they be upset? Would they judge me? Would they think I was moving on too fast? There was a lot of thinking around how other people would process this information, and specifically my in-laws. I was really concerned about how they would handle the information or the news. I was really just conscious of how that could be received. And it mattered to me what they thought, because I still have a really great relationship with them. So once I realized that some of the fear that I was having around dating again and what would people think was due to me being overly concerned about what other people would think, I had to pause and ask myself, what do I think? What do I think about dating? What do I think about remarrying? Being married was always a desire that I had. Having more children was always a desire that I have. And if I'm really, really honest, when I think about the memory of my late husband, and if he could speak to me directly, what would he say? I know that he would also want me to be remarried, not just for me, but for the sake of our son. And so once I became clear about this fear that really wasn't substantiated, and also got clear about what I thought and what I wanted, things just kind of fell into place, if I'm being really honest, in terms of being open to meeting someone, because child, it did not happen right away. That's for sure. But in terms of being able to move forward and even being open and getting past just the texting, talking stage, that happened once I got clear about what I wanted and what my desires were. Lastly, but certainly not least, this probably should have been number one on the list. So these are in no particular order. But the last one is, can this person or will this person be able to love and accept my child? That was a huge fear for me, because I thought about remarrying and moving forward with dating. I knew that the person that would come into our lives had to be someone that would understand my son, love my son, be a great role model for my son, and most importantly, be willing to accept the legacy and the memory of my late husband. That was a non-negotiable. This person had to be emotionally intelligent, mentally strong and capable, and just secure within themselves. And I'll be honest with you, there were some individuals that I met that didn't fit the bill, and that's fine. They weren't a fit for me, but I'm sure they're a fit for somebody else. But it was going to take a very special individual that could fill these shoes that were left behind. And I'm glad to say that I did find that person. So with all of that being said, you're probably wondering, like, okay, how do you wrap all of these things up? How does all of this come together? How do I know if these are things that are blocking me from remarrying? Or maybe you're not even sure if you're ready. Here's the thing. Before you can even begin to consider getting into another relationship and getting remarried, you have to come to a place where you love yourself. For me, that was challenging because I lost myself, not only in the final months of my first marriage, but definitely in the time thereafter. I was so focused on taking care of my son and just holding everything together that I really didn't give myself the opportunity to heal, and therefore I just became a shell of myself. So before I could even develop the skills to understand what was going on, I had to learn how to love myself first, and that was hard. And to be honest, it's something that I still work on to this day, but I'm a lot further than where I started. And if that's something that you need help with, I'd love to come alongside you as your coach, as your friend, as your sister in widowhood, to just kind of help you navigate and gain some clarity around this issue of just healing and moving forward and being open to the possibility of new love. So in the end, the journey of grief, healing, and finding love again after loss has taught me one thing. It's okay to move forward while still cherishing the memories of the past. One of the biggest things is that it's a balancing act between being open to new experiences and possibilities and new love, while also cherishing the memories and the legacy of the past. It is okay to move forward and realize that you're not the same person that you were when you had your person here. And that's okay too. Because once you come into the fullness of accepting that and you embrace the new version of you that you're becoming, that is when you're really opening the door to all kinds of new possibilities. So I really hope this helps. If you have questions, let me know. If you want to see some follow-up content, let me know too. And as always, until I see you in the next video, be good to yourself so that you can be good to somebody else. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.